speaking live at the studios in Australia, Perth, Western Australia. It's 2 a.m. and I had this inspirational moment when I woke up from my power nap. I was like, oh shit, I'm late for the B-Stars get-together with my friends. My friends that are right here with me, 3 of them, aka Rory, Treigh, and Miffix. What the hell? I hear something in the background. What's that phone?
It's paused. I was just getting the live stream up on my phone.
I'm sorry. Let me go back to my composure. Now, basically, I got inspired because our wonderfully talented artist, illustrator, comic artist, graphic designer, game designer, character designer, whatever you want to call it. She is an amazingly talented person, individual, and artist. It is Tracy J. Butler we're speaking of. And she just recently, and she is responsible for the Lackadaisy Cats webcomic. And she recently posted an update. It's been, would you say a month? A month and a half? Or, I don't know, it takes a long while before she makes those updates. But boy, oh boy, those updates are so worth the wait. And I gotta say, this latest page it just kickstart my brain cells because I feel like there's a mystery that we're about to solve, and I got so inspired to just want to talk about it because those pages she makes speaks volumes. Okay, storytelling wise, character development, it creates the intrigue, it creates the necessity for a storyteller to be embracing a storyteller, somebody who's consumed storytelling with such grace and such need. There's stakes involved, and I'm so excited to just take a step back from working on my comic Edenspell and just catch up with my friends and talk about this. And so this is the whole point of this live stream right now. It was impromptu, unplanned or whatever. I just got inspired and said, hey, I want to do something for Tracy. I want to just surprise her and say, I can understand, I can feel how much work you put into this, because I read the description here, as you guys can have a look on the Patreon. She says, comics has always been difficult and challenging, but this one's just about broke me. I pray for you, man. It's like, I pray for you. What do you say? Pray for you. I totally get it. It's so... I mean, we're about to show you what we're about to show you, okay? And you'll understand the level of complexity in the way she conducts. It's like she's a conductor in a big orchestral music group, and she is just doing it with such grace and elegance. Now, having said that, what is the objective? The objective for today is just a discussion of the most recent 2 pages of Lackadaisy comics. I wanted to just pick my brains from my friends who are with me right now to hear their insights as to what the hell is going on and try to make sense out of it. Because when I read this last night, which is Confessional, Confessional, I kind of like, wow, the dialogue that's put into this, it's so deep. And it's also language that's used from the Prohibition era. It's really hard to kind of dissect exactly what's going on, so I need help. So folks, let me try and find the link real quick so that I can tweet this out. Oh, what? Steve's gonna join? No, you don't. Steve is also
Well, this is why I said I make the announcement, because people won't know.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Can you just type that in? on the Story and Sound Studios? Sorry, Steve. We're gonna have to... Okay, so I'm trying to look for my channel real quick. Where is it? This is what happens when you're unorganized, huh? Okay, so meanwhile, I'm gonna say... Oh, there it is. There's the link. Yes. Okay. So it won't be long. We're gonna start the program in about a minute's time. And then we can get going. With the jazz music playing in the background. Okay, fingers crossed. Aw, you kidding me? Okay, a couple hours away from... Damn! Okay, so I'm gonna just say, Rory, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. I am Rory Griffin, and I like to play the murderous cat Mordecai.
And he's also the voice of Lagosi of our recently very successful Beastars anime English fan dub. It's currently garnered over 300,000 views. Thank you so much for the support and feedback. But right now, it just reminded me as soon as I saw this new page, 2018 new, and I stopped because of personal commitments. So yeah, tell us a little bit more about Mordecai. Why do you like playing as Mordecai, Rory?
He's a different character from what I've normally played. He's extremely serious, very, very precise. He could almost be a Sherlock Holmes kind of character if he wasn't a little bit of a psychopath. He's not above killing people for what he thinks is a good enough reason, which usually just comes down to his employers need somebody offed and out of the way.
Gotcha.
But he has shades of gray due to some loyalties that make his past very interesting.
Excellent. All right. Good. I'm glad that you shared that insight. Now, we also got two other special guests that I mentioned early on. So, Treigh, introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Nice you all came by.
How dare you give such a weak introduction? No, just kidding. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, you want me to give a better introduction?
Yes. Yo.
Have you all been eating melons?
Yeah, there you go. A good reminder of who exactly Treigh is. He's our resident Moran. He has not contributed to any of my projects yet, motion comic projects for Beastars, but that's because we haven't arrived at a chapter or episode of the anime. I'm sure he'll pop up. I'm sure there's a season 3. Season 3 will pop up. But when that comes, I want to give Treigh first priority to do this character because he's really done a great job for this past year working on his voice. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for introducing yourself.
Thank you, Nelson, for the compliment.
Yeah, you're most welcome. And Tracy, he's also another fan of Lackadaisy Cats, the comics. So he has caught up to date. He's up to date with that series. And last but not least, we got Miffix. Hello, Miffix.
You.
Toodaloo. Who the hell are you?
You're so adorable.
Yeah, I know you sound so adorable. Oh, I just... Did you say block? No. Okay. You're going to have to explain to the Lackadaisy fans who are watching right now, like why you did the block.
Well, I'm hoping that eventually I get a stab at Lagome from the Beastar series.
Yep.
It's my life's work.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you want to take a stab at it. Okay, never mind.
Okay, so now I'm just gonna make sure I have the YouTube. Yep, cool. I just wanna... Actually, Rory, why don't you do the honors? Say hello to all those in the chat right now.
Okay. Alright. So, hello, Victoria1928. Thank you for coming in. Joshua Moten, glad to have you here. Brendan O'Connell, this is for Lackadaisy. Hope that you stick around. Sky X Mask, it's going pretty well. Hope you are doing well as well. Miff Rigger, welcome to you as well. Espet here, glad to have you here. Handsome Mexican Burrito, I am getting hungry now. Caleb Furry Tour, glad to see you here. And Garrett Simpson, hello to you too. That's everybody that we've got so far.
Garrett's a regular supporter.
Don't forget Espet. Don't forget Espet.
Okay.
Didn't I say Espet?
Yeah.
Yes, you did. I didn't see his previous comment. Sorry. Mistake.
But yeah, no, thank you very much for that introduction, Rory, and the shout outs to the fans who are watching with us. And this was just a random improv. So not only that, that's twice as hard, twice as much work and effort put into this, and we're about to dive deep into this because I want to make sense out of what the hell's going on. It actually initially started as a conversation. We were gonna go do a Beastars get together. We're gonna watch episode 12, which is the last of season 1. But I said, you know what? Let's do something different. Let's talk about Lackadaisy because we were on fire about it last night when I talked about the 2018 project, which I was titling Lackadaisy Cutscenes. I was gonna treat it like a video game, where once you finish the video game of a series, you can check out all the cutscenes in the option screen. And I was gonna make it in that kind of format where you like, oh, press up and down, and then you go here and there, and then you see each scene from the Lackadaisy comic. Oh my god, it would be... And I have all the freaking voices already. I've got all the recordings, see? I got Rory's Mordecai right here. Like, all of this bit. Everyone's been a part of it. Cameron. We also have Steve, who's played as Gracie. Andrew Bobo, the Canadian. He plays as the wonderful... oh my gosh. Don't tell me I forgot. Nico Deem. Seraphine is played by the lovely... She's also a fan of the series. She is in New Jersey. Forgotten her name. I'm so sorry. But she loves playing as Seraphine. What else? We got Rocky, Tyler, Samsonis. I got a video that I said like, wow, this guy's amazing as Tyler, when I posted about a year ago. And we also got Sexy Michael, aka Wolfblade 96, who plays an amazing Wes? I hope I got his name right. The Weasel? Wes the Weasel. Cameron also plays as Fish. We got Willow Fangs playing as the sweet Elsa. And I'm trying to remember who played as the old lady who's next door neighbor of Victor. Shit, I've forgotten. But anyways, Victor also played by Michael too. Oh, and we also got Michael trying out as oh my god, Freckle. And I think that's it. Yes. Oh, I'll play as the your injury. Yes, I'm the guy who's trying to bootleg some stuff, along with you, my cousin. Is it brother-in-law or cousin, Rory?
I can't do the voice right now.
Yeah, I know you can't do the voice. You don't have to, but I mean, come on.
Abelard.
You are Abelard, but are you my brother-in-law or are you my cousin?
I am your brother-in-law. I am the brother to your wife.
Elsa. Oh, she's such a lovely butterfly. I don't know how to describe it in Prohibition era terms. But oh my god, the kiss scene! The kiss scene is so Selena did a great job as Ivy as well. And Michael. Oh, I can't believe it. So I'm just scrolling down, giving you guys an update of what's happening. This was supposed to be the motion comic, and it was gonna end up here, where Tyler was gonna open the pie truck, and then end, bang, just like director, end it with a cliffhanger. But enough of that. Let's talk about the comic pages. Okay, so everyone, if you could kindly go to Lackadaisy Illumination, right there, the one where Mordecai is slowly wheeling Gracie to his doom. His doom. Oh dear. He's gonna be tortured. Oh my god, the poor thing. Poor bugger. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly see real quick if there's anybody responding. Oh, actually, yeah, before we start, let's see if there's any questions that we can answer from the chat room right now. 14 people watching, thank you so much. Mifriger. Oh, Caleb says, have you guys considered having a panel or booth at a convention? Wow, could you imagine us four? We're just doing a live stream, a live session.
Oh god,
that'll be pretty funny, and we'll be doing the B-Stars voices and any other comic projects that we've been working on. That'll be so funny.
That would be very interesting.
That'll be fun. We'll talk about like how to organize your group, how to like do audio production, and just be a producer where you can hire reliable talent that can help problem solve your project, meaning, you know, the audio production side of things, voice act and all that. So it's a lot of fun. We might consider it one day. Who knows? But anyways, just a quick shout out to Garrett again. He's a big fan of a lot of webcomic artists that I know of, and Lackadaisy is no exception. So yeah, great job. Anyways, Tracy, this is for you. Hope you enjoy it. You can play this in the background or not even listen to it, but if you do, that'll be great. Have a listen to this, because we're gonna share some insights away from the creator's perspective and see whether your narrative made sense. Even though no matter how beautiful it is, I want to see if we can follow what's the hell's going on. Yes, Garrett says, oh, Lackadaisy is fabulous, indeed. So let's go to Lackadaisy Illumination, okay? We're also going to do a bit of like, it's kind of similar format to the B-Stars live streams that we do. We do a readout, and then we'll discuss about the comic page, okay? So, with the jazz music playing, this is not the relevant song. This is it's supposed to be dramatic. Can you guys see the first couple of panels where it's raining outside for starters? Yeah, there's been a storm brewing, for those who have not read up to the latest. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do you guys a favor. Make sure you go to lackadaisycats.com. Okay, watch her stuff because it's so worth it, and you can support her via her Patreon. Okay, anyways, so Rory, do you want to start? Yeah.
Well, I don't have the first line.
Oh, you're right. Actually, okay, Miffix and Treigh, you guys be the sound effects.
Sound effects.
Yes.
I can do it.
Yeah. Okay, go.
I can squeak like the best of them.
Nice. Go.
Squeak, squeak, squeak,
Squeak.
squeak, 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 squeak.
Why all the fuss? Is this marigold business? Or are you just clocking some overtime now? You knew I was a jewel thief, huh?
Yes.
Well, turns out when they catch you, they don't let you keep the jewels. There's no buried treasure if that's what this is all about.
I have no interest in pilfered rocks.
What? What then? Your boss gets my dues on time and in full, so my margins are slim. I got nothing for you.
We'll see.
Why here? Thematic irony?
Oh, I can't believe I screwed up that line. This is so clever because when I read this, it's like, oh my gosh, it's so clever because it's correlating with the environment, the industrial feel, the iron that's surrounding. Where do you think this is a brewery? Do you reckon? Like because of
An
those-
abandoned one, yeah, because you got all the copper piping and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Copper. Copper was used back in the day, huh? For the
Yep.
Industrial Revolution. Okay.
Here? Why here? Thematic irony?
It's conveniently inert and a pitiable mess,
Hmm.
but no one will hear you. Also, the lingering caves are suitable for storage. With your leg injury, they'd be a veritable oubliette. That assumes a more prolonged process than would be expedient, however. If my colleagues reappear, they're liable to disrupt. They think I'm having fun. They wouldn't understand my need
What
for
kind? What, this is some kind of deranged...
illumination.
Nice.
Of late, I've been tasked with tying up an unusually large quantity of loose ends. As you have no doubt ascertained, you're one of them. But in your case and the others, I don't know why. What put you on my list? So, I've compiled some research. Court records, property records. There are possible answers here, but I need more direct insight. It's perhaps unwise, unorthodox, unprofessional to pry. But I don't know if some things I thought I knew. Important things.
And what are those important things? God damn it! And it's like a thriller, man. This moment where it's so intimate, just the two of them. You guys have no idea how difficult it is to make your narrative interesting from a visual standpoint with just the two characters. Sure, like the choice of angles, the way you direct, the lighting, the choice of scene, middle shot, close up, angled, like I'm just blown away when I read this. And also, just a disclaimer, Rory, initially I want to show Rory's face and as well as my special guests, but why couldn't I show your face? This affects your voice acting too.
Yes, one reason why I'm not able to get the proper gravel for Mordecai's voice right now is I am unfortunately sick.
Oh. So sad. But I mean, yeah, I hope you get better soon, man. I hope you get better soon. So we shall continue with the readouts. Illumination. I'm like, oh,
You want me to help you finish your book report? About why you're supposed to murder me? To put your mind at ease?
Yes.
I love how he's just he's looking at him. He's like, yes, with curiosity. Curiosity killed the cat, baby. Okay, so, all right, what can we discuss about this scene? So he's being wheeled in. He's being captured. Okay, so Mordecai's job is to, I guess, from what my understanding is, to get information out of this guy. Okay, and then just quickly going through. I just. Oh yeah, Rory, you gonna say?
I was just going to say, remember that the scenes for Mordecai before this had been him and his partners, the Cajun Voodoo folks, raiding that one. I can't remember the name of the place now.
Fitzgerald?
But,
no,
so-
the Marigold. No, it's not.
Marigold is who he works for.
Marigold,
Marigold
yeah.
basically taking out some competition or people that, well, actually he doesn't know what the connection is right now.
Exactly.
He just knows he was told they need to be taken out, so he's following the orders, but now he's curious as to why.
Yes, exactly. And this is where I was really like, wow, there's so much revealed, but at the same time, obscurely done. Like, it's not revealing. Like, it's to the point where it won't give you the answers, but it makes you want to know more. So that's why I was so excited. And also, the setting that you're referring to, you're talking about that hotel where they performed the voodoo. Wasn't that the Marigold Hotel?
I can't remember now. It has been
Okay.
a while since I actually read the full thing.
How about Treigh Miffix?
Do you guys remember? It's been a long time.
No, it's been a really long time. I'm with Rory on the matter.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm due for a full read through myself again because it's just delightful.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Oh man, should we? I'm just trying to think. Oh, this is so good. All right, we shall continue.
Well, life does have its twists, doesn't it?
Yes. Though I did bring the conventional assortment of instruments too, in case I need to underscore my seriousness.
Well, get on with the paperwork.
Good. Now, according to records, you made at least 2 court appearances for petty theft charges in the past, before graduating to a grand larceny charge and conviction in 1925.
Nice. Pause. Pause. Because so now we're gonna break it down scene by scene because this is where I really want to get critical. So okay. So this scene tells me he's just going through all his records. Okay, and then it started off with just petty stuff. Yeah. That's it? Just petty stuff? Graduating meaning he's moved up the ladder to something more serious. Grand larceny. What exactly is grand larceny in American term? Big heist?
Let me look it up real fast.
And
Theft
yeah,
of
Miffix.
personal property having a value above a legally specified amount.
Cool. And that's
Yeah.
thank you very much for that, Miffix. Very important to get those little details down because it gets really intricate and we can connect the dots and make sense out of what the bigger picture. At the end of the day, when I finished reading this, I was like, I need to read this more than twice, man, so that I can get the bigger picture of what the hell's going on. There's many layers, so anyways, good, thank you. Continue, Mordecai.
That's 5 to 15 years. Even with a sentence mitigated, a generous 30% for your behavior, you'd still be incarcerated. How does that figure?
Incarcerated means you'll be sent to jail, rot in hell kind of thing, or like,
He'd still be imprisoned.
okay, yep.
It's hard to do math with my Achilles. Achilles heel? Achilles heel.
Achilles. Achilles.
Chili. Okay.
It's hard to do math with my Achilles heel coiling up with the back of my leg. So I figure you can eat glass.
Now, what the hell does this mean? It's sort of like a, not insult. It's like you're pissing me off, so you can eat my ass. Like, you know, like that kind of talk. Is that a way of like, hey, I'm not giving you shit. I'm not telling you
Yeah.
anything. Okay, good.
Much.
Okay, good. Next. Oh, this scene. Go, continue.
Let's discuss property records then. You're the building owner and license holder for the billiard hall on McCree Avenue. The previous name on the deed is Gerhard Grombach, a relative of yours, no doubt.
My uncle.
Your deceased uncle.
Yikes.
1926. Did he die before or after your premature release?
After.
Okay, pause. So, okay, now he's revealing some more information about Gracie. Okay, the connection. So he mentioned a relative, which is his uncle, who's dead. And I brought out a point where this is a thing where he starts to review how the uncle helped him out during his youth. Where he could have, like, if he didn't get his guidance, he would have been already on the streets dead or something like that, right? So now, it was really interesting really interesting to see his demeanor just completely change from like, I'm not cooperating with you. And the moment you mention his uncle, it's like, yeah, he gets emotional. And I love this angle that was shot from here. Good choice. Shot from the back because it's like not showing exactly how he's looking like for his facial expression. So it's a good directive choice to make it feel as if like, wow, this guy has a lot more to say than what he initially, expressed. So continue. Oh, that's me. Treigh, would you either Treigh or Miffix, would you like to put on a buff?
I want to point out something real quick in the chat.
No, please.
As Bet said, Elson's just like that guy in the Wheel of Fortune who was going to win $1 million but mispronounced Achilles' heel and lost it.
Oh dear. Oh my gosh, the Wheel of Fortune. I haven't watched Wheel of Fortune in America, like the American series, but I have watched Steve Harvey with the Family Feud. Anyways, so
funny that's the one that gets to Australia.
yeah, exactly. No, actually, no. I only watch it via YouTube. But I mean, Wheel of Fortune is in. Yeah, we do have Family Feud there, but not as great as the Americans do it. It's so great. So, do you guys want to do a bit of voice acting here? You want to switch? Who wants to be Mordecai and who wants to be Gromback? Oh,
I want to
I'll let
try
you
Gromback here.
all right. You better knock our socks off.
I'll
Alright.
try to make it as tough as I can make it here.
Oh, just have fun with it, okay? Starting
Yeah.
with they knew he was
buying booze from Marigold.
okay, go.
They knew he was buying booze from Margot, paying kickbacks to Margot for gambling ring. But it was me they had on the hook. If I wanted off, I had to swallow a different hook. Go home, work for my uncle, make myself the go-between with Margot. And then, of course, chat them up about it.
Marlboro. You sound like the Marlboro smokes. Marlboro.
I?
Yeah, because it's Marigold, and it's like Margot. That's so funny. That's hilarious.
Margot.
Margot.
So that's the deepest you can go, right? That's really interesting. I want to
That's
see.
that's what I got at the moment. That's what just came out of my mouth.
Try.
It was
See,
fun. I
It
liked
was, it was fun. Can you try deepening? Because I know Steve is a master of like doing the brr, but try going like soft and they knew he was buying booze, that kind of thing. Can you try?
Soft and I'll
Yeah.
try that, but it might come out as Moran.
That? Okay, go. 3, 2, 1. Action.
Yeah, you know them, the feds, revenue and probation. I guess I looked useful to them. They set in a lawyer for me and everything.
Yeah, you sound like we're on now. Actually,
Yeah, see?
Yeah, you do.
Actually, but
Yeah,
then
I can't do the deep because it's gonna sound like Moran.
that's okay. But actually, I wanted you to reread that line, and then so that Miffix will follow up with them. But anyways, it's okay.
Yeah.
Start with do the previous voice that you did, and start with,
Alright.
and then of course chat them up about it. That's last line on that first panel. Ready, set, go.
And then, of course, chat them up about it.
them.
Yeah, you know them, the feds, revenue probation. I guess I looked useful to them. They sent in a lawyer for me and everything.
A lawyer for you? Isn't that a conflict of interest?
Well, he showed up awful timely like, and is what I mean. Guess they thought no one'd buy it. My scrap heap representative striking a deal like that.
Ooh.
So you struck out, got out, and then what?
Pause,
My
pause. Okay, good, that's great. Wow, a female version of Mordecai. Ooh la la. Okay. So it's like, hi, hey girl. I mean, hey Morty. Okay, so
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. So let's have a look. They knew he was buying. Let's analyze this next stretch. They knew he was buying booze from Marigold, paying. So he's talking about activities that was happening in the organization, okay? But it was me they had on the hook. If I wanted off, I had to swallow a different hook, go home, work for my uncle, make myself the go-between with Marigold, and then of course chat them about it. Can somebody make sense out of this? So he's like the in-between boy? What is he? What? He's being used? Rory? Miffix? Treigh? Describe. Or anyone in the chat too. If there's something that you can say like, oh, I can help dissect this. This is what it means. Please post.
The nearest that I can gather from it is that the feds wanted him to rat on his uncle. They probably suspected him on something. What it was, we don't know yet. But the feds struck a deal, let him out early in exchange for information. And things went south.
Okay, you mean Gracie got caught by the feds, and then he was in the room. So maybe we can, like, after a long interrogation, they want to strike out a deal with him. Yeah, that's what's implying. And he's about to reveal more details. Okay, you struck out a deal. Then what? Okay, cool. Continue on, please, with Maron.
With the spiteful old badger.
Yeah.
My uncle, that spiteful old badger, was the only one who had a place for me when I was a stupid kid and out of trouble. He had a place for me, this time too, but he wouldn't let it go of the reins so I could do what I needed to do.
Okay.
He took a bad fall. Wasn't meant to do anything but lay him up for a while. At his age, though a broken bone, well, I guess that's all it takes.
And pause right here. This is beautiful. See, very important for comic storytellers who are doing comic or sequential art. Make sure you do panels that give breathing space too. Let the readers take the time to really contemplate and sink in to the feelings of non-dialogue panels like this. This is beautiful. Like it just says a lot. Because it allows me to fill in the blanks. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling for Gracie, like right here. How, again, it's another classic example of this bit where he was like shot from behind, like after my uncle, and then suddenly now he's starting to get. Sometimes, like in situations like these, to make people talk, you gotta level with them. It's almost like a negotiation phase right here, and it's really clever how Tracy directed this scene, where Mordecai is not doing too much to get more information out of his subject. Whereas some people could be like, okay, and then have a pipe on their hands or a hammer. Let's see, would you like broken teeth or broken knee? You know, like they're not going to go for the violent method yet. This guy is just talking to him as if it's like a friend or a family member. Well, not necessarily that close, but just treat him with some decency and then you can get some information. So let's analyze that. This was a bit where I talked to Rory about a couple hours ago, like, what did he mean by this? Like, so are you saying that Gracie used to be a troubled kid, he had no opportunities and he had to survive on the streets? Then the uncle found him and, hey, you follow my footsteps, I'll look after you. That's why he provided a place for him to stay. And then suddenly, this was the interesting bit. I read the part where he took a bad fall, wasn't meant to do anything but lay him for a while at his age, though a broken bone. Well, I guess that's all it takes. That implies to me, from when I read it first time, holy shit, he took out his uncle. But then it's like, what was the reason what was the reasoning behind why he had to kill the uncle? Was it because of a internal mission where the guys in his bootlegging organization said, we had enough of your uncle, maybe he knows too much about something, let's get rid of him, you do it. So Rory, what was the conclusion that you came to?
Well, he basically said it right here. He called his uncle spiteful, and while he was grateful to him for providing him a place both in his youth and after he got out of prison, he said that he was controlling. In his words, he wouldn't let the reins go. So he was either being controlled by his uncle for whatever it was that the feds needed him to watch over him for, or he was just being overly controlling because of the fact that he had just gotten out of prison. Whatever the reason, he felt like he needed a little extra space. So what I interpret from it was that he just tried to stage an accident so that he would break his leg or something, lay him up in bed for a while, and let him have at least a month or two to go about his business. The death was completely accidental. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, okay. I thought it was because he's been abusing me, calling me like useless and all that stuff, and then like, it's time to take him out. Oops. It's like it was easier than I thought. It's like, and he feels guilt. That's why there's that guilt, like, Can you see his eyes?
Full on grimace.
Yeah. Miffix, and Treigh, do you have anything you want to add to this before we move on?
The only thing I want to add is that when I see the man's face right here in the middle, it really gets me because I can see and sense and feel the man's pain. You know,
pain
kind of hurts me too.
No, absolutely.
Like the way his muzzle's all wrinkled up and stuff like that. Like they really show the full girl.
Yep. The full veracity of the vulnerability of this guy's expression. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Continue.
You can almost feel his teeth clenching in there.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. The only thing I can add to that is that I have to agree with Rory, and that I think because he was having to do the go-between between both being with the feds and working for his uncle, that his uncle wasn't giving him enough room to be able to manage both sides of the field. And without having that breathing room, he's like, well, if I just incapacitate him, then I don't have to worry. I have as much room as I need to both be the go-between for Marigold, keep that business running, and be able to provide information to the feds.
Ooh, wow. See, sacrifice. He had to make a choice. A sacrifice too, because he had to pick one side. Ooh, see, and this is why when good that you brought that up too, because now it's revealing more layers about what this guy is all about, rather than earlier on where he was like the jewel thief and there was the action bits, and then like Mordecai, Nico, and Seraphine were like trying to capture him. I was like, he's just a big brute, you know, that kind of typical big brute guy and the diamond thief. But no, this goes deep. This guy has gone through a lot, and I'm really thankful that she's able to capture so much of a character just on a few pages, man. It's not easy to do. This is just so hard. And the dialogue helps too. That's very important. So yeah, great job, Tracy. So if you don't mind, I'll continue with this one real quick.
What gets
Go
me,
ahead.
after all that, I've never given them anything. No information they didn't already have. Nothing they could do anything with. But they don't seem to be bothered by that. Like, they just want to hear me talk. What a waste. The only reason I got to tell you is, well, maybe then I'll mean something more than nothing.
See, he wants to find purpose in his place. Okay, go Mordecai, go.
Which one?
No,
I was gonna say.
Yeah, which one?
No, as in Miffix. Come on, Miffix, go. Give her that
Okay.
give her that feminine touch. No, just kidding.
The feminine touch.
No, just kidding. Go.
Okay.
Mordecai just died a little inside.
Oh. Sorry.
It still doesn't mean anything I can discern.
Hmm.
All this fuss over a low-level informant. Why would anyone go to such trouble to get a yegg like you out of prison? What could you give them but the name of a bookie, or a single delivery truck to intercept? An ambitious prohibition agent might manage a high-profile raid that shuts down a venue for all of 10 minutes. But they're only a problem until they realize obliviousness pays better. From this side of the playing field, that calls for a bagman, not a culling of lucrative affiliates, not a risky string of hatchet jobs. I think I may have met your lawyer, by the way.
Oh, the lawyer. He might be talking about Drago. Oops, is that his name? Drago? Shoot, that handsome, dashing, what do you call the, Russian blue cat. I see him as a Russian blue cat, but he's handsome, very dashing. You know who I'm talking about, right? The lawyer that we met about a chapter ago. Yeah, Dom Drago. Yeah, I remember now. It's Dom. Ooh, very, very handsome. But anyways, okay, let's dissect this. When I read this, it's like, me English no good. My English, I'm like, my brain's melting from his articulate language. It's so deep. It's like, what the hell is going on? So let's dissect this. Okay, he's frustrated. He wants to get more information. He's frustrated by the fact that why is this guy so important to the thing? Like, there's a puzzle. He's a puzzle piece basically. So it still doesn't mean anything. I can discern Yep. Low-level informant, okay, that's what he's considered. Blah, 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 give them the name of a bookie or single. Okay, he's assuming that he's like those levels of people. An ambitious prohibition agent might have managed a high-profile raid that shuts a venue down for all of 10 minutes, okay? Yep, but they're only a problem when they realize obliviousness pays better. Okay, so maybe he's not so worth the investment if they chose him to do the job. That's my interpretation. From the side of the playing field, that calls for bagman, not culling of lucrative affiliates, not a risky stirring of hatchet jobs. Can somebody dissect that for me? Something about assassination jobs? Oh, he's not fit for this kind of job? What's this? I don't get it. From this side,
I'll be honest, I'm not entirely certain about what the terminology of bagman refers to, but in this case, the culling of lucrative affiliates, he's saying that all these killings that he's being sent on doesn't make any sense for what should actually be going on. It shouldn't require such desperate measures.
Okay. Cool. All right, that's the gist of it. And let's talk about the art here. Look at Morty. So sorry, I'll refrain from myself. Go on. Rory, what do you think?
The art, as always, is phenomenal. Tracy always does an amazing job. I'm glad that she showed her process, and the fact that she starts out with the pencil sketches and then finishes up in digital is absolutely phenomenal. Look at the lighting, just on his ear on the far right. His left ear, you can see it, both the secondary light source as well as the warm light source. Yep. It's really nice.
And do you guys notice, like, the attention to detail? Even though I haven't read Lackadaisy for a long time, I still remember these little things because that's how powerful her storytelling is. Remember when he got carved? Like the what do you call that ritual? The kuyon. The bio. This was in the Marigold Hotel with Seraphine and Nico. There was that you have to prove yourself that you're one of us. One of us. And then she used the dagger to carve into his, not the heart. Oh, it's near his heart. Can you see the blood? Yeah, it's coming out from his sleeve. It's still there. You know, it's like, wow, the attention to detail is so good. It's so good. So, Caleb says, yes, one of us. Marcus McCloud says, hello everybody, it's my first time being here. Hello, welcome.
Hey,
thanks for joining.
Hello, welcome to the live stream, my friend.
Yeah, and Dion's here too. Nice guy who's very good at making music. Dion! We can talk about Sonic all day. Nah, just kidding. So,
he's my cheese buddy.
Cheese buddy, oh.
He loves cheese.
I see. Fondue, anyone? So, look at it, like, this is a beautiful. Oh, sorry, Treigh, do you have anything you want to say about the art real quick? Before
The art? I mean, if you this is my utmost opinion. This art, in my opinion, is probably the most unique and the best thing I've ever seen through my years of appreciation for it.
Nice.
I've never seen anything quite like Tracy's work.
Yep. Tracy's work.
And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, beautiful, and extremely rememberable.
Yeah.
It's
just a detail, man. She's done her research. She's done a lot of research, and because of her experience putting into the hours of like drawing on the daily, and I'm at a loss for words when I was reading this. It's like, wow, it makes me feel like I am there watching a movie, or like I'm in the scene right there. I remember reading this out loud in Rory's Mordecai voice. It was so fun. It was a lot of fun. It's like, it still doesn't mean anything I can discern. All this fuss over a low-level informant. Why would anyone go to such trouble to get a yegg like you out of prison? What could you give them but the name of a bookie of a single delivery truck to intercept? An ambitious... Actually, Rory, continue on. I want you to finish this. I want to hear your Rory. I want to hear your Mordecai. Go. Begin. It still doesn't mean anything.
It still doesn't mean anything I can discern. All this fuss over a low-level informant. Why would anyone go to such trouble to get a yegg like you out of prison? What could you give them but the name of a bookie or a single delivery truck to intercept? An ambitious prohibition agent might manage a high-profile raid that shuts a venue down for all of 10 minutes, but they're only a problem until they realize obliviousness pays better. From this side of the playing field, that calls for a bagman, not a culling of lucrative affiliates, not a risky string of hatchet jobs. I think I may have met your lawyer, by the way.
Yeah, baby. Okay, continue.
Nobody's behavior is making any sense.
Duh. I'll say. Exactly what is it you think I can give you?
Pause. Look at this. Oh, look at the composition of these next two scenes. This is more like external environmental. Using the environment to tell the scene. Oh my god. Just the composition, the layers, foreground, background, midground, the realism, attention to detail of these old structures. The repetition of patterns. You see the wheels. Can you see, like, just look at the second panel where there's that boiler thing, and you got those knobs, those meter readings. Circle, 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 circle with the levers. I mean, the what do you call the thing? I'm using my hands now. Where you turn the, what do you call those? Levers? The wheels. It's a repetition of circular patterns here. You're using your eye flow to move from that big watch, the meter, go to the top left, then follow to the right hand side, and following the dialogue. It's so beautiful. Oh my god, the lighting, it's not overdone, it's not undertoned, it's just smooth, like the smooth jazz song that we're listening to. Anyways, continue on with clarity.
Okay.
You're frustrated.
Clarity. Some kind of clarity. A missing entry or integer that makes this add up.
Pretty vague for someone who wants clarity.
Look at that shot.
You've heard of Atlas May.
Oh! When I saw that, I was like, oh! I was like, yes! Yes! He mentioned about Atlas May. This is a very... Now, before we proceed, because he reveals more about Atlas May, very personal to Mordecai. And this is why now I see the deep connection. Like, it's starting to unravel why he's gone out on this mission to, his mission basically. Okay, and then like, remember, like, if we go back to the flashbacks, the really important scene where there was the exchange of guns from him to Mitzi May. I was like, oh my gosh, who killed Atlas May? Was it Mitzi who pulled the trigger, or was it her who hired Mordecai to pull the trigger? Or are they trying to, or did they find out that somebody killed him, but they found the evidence? You see, like, it's starting to like, ooh, we're figuring out the puzzle here. And then like, maybe this whole time, we thought Mordecai was the one who's like the bad guy, but no, he actually. You know what I learned? I started to unravel the theme of this Lackadaisy cat's story. It's about family. It's about family. Family. Lackadaisy is the family. Rocky, like I'm talking about the oh crap, what's the word that I'm trying to describe? Lackadaisy is it's a business. A bootlegging business is a bar from a prohibition era, and like you need people to operate and run it, right? So you got the jazz players, which includes Zib and his gang. You got Mitzi May, who was she's a widow now, but she was with the head honcho who died, but she's still doing everything she can in her power, her will, and health to run the show, despite how bad the business is, due to the external elements and factors that has affected the business. 2, you got the people who help grab the booze, which includes Rocky, Ivy. Oh no, Ivy's the one who runs the counter, but she's been joining their misadventures. Then there was the newcomer Freckle, the cousin. And then Victor, he's a regular. Mordecai was previously with him to help assassinate people, rival gangs and all that stuff. But now it seems like over the course of time, when we followed the Lackadaisy series, it seems like, why did he cross over to Marigold? Why is he with the rivals? Man, like, did he betray the clan, aka the family, which is the theme? Like, and it's like, no, we're starting to find out that this is more of a personal revenge, maybe. Maybe he knows the truth, who is truly behind the death of Atlas May, who is very dear to him. And so he wants to find out, and I think this is the ultimate mission. He wants to know who killed his role model, or he's the guy who gave him a second chance in life. Which we seen in the flashback, remember? I did the audio contemplation in the train scene when he was young, right? You were handed the gun. So, yeah, this went deep. When I looked at this, I was like, wow. I just loved the way she drew him. It was very cinematic. I felt like this is not the right song that we're... I know you three can't hear it, but... smooth jazz. I wish I could play the song that I would use for the motion comic, because I really, you know what, maybe we should do this, man, because all we need is you and Steve to do the scene, these 2 pages, and it'll take less than a week, and I'll just be able to gather just this scene in full audio. It will be beautiful. Anyways, sorry, I've been talking too much, so how about we continue? You've heard of Atlas May. Rory, go on.
Okay. You've heard of Atlas May.
The fat cat with the caves? Sure. His wife shot him.
I was like, ooh.
I've very little interest in defending her. But she didn't shoot anyone.
See, how does he know? Well, see, this is revealing more about what really happened.
Well, that's the scuttlebutt.
As they say. What exactly
She wasn't there.
Oh, scuttle. So I'm just double
Scuttlebutt. Basically, rumors.
Oh, cool. Rumor or gossip. Gotcha. Back in the days. Okay, continue with she wasn't there.
She wasn't there. She wasn't even living with him at the time. Situation rife for rumors, I suppose. When things have visibly deteriorated.
Wow, you actually ended when the song ended. But yeah, see, this was what we were talking about, how the business was deteriorated because I do believe Marigold had a huge role in had a huge role to play in that, affecting and essentially ruining the competition so that he can get all the profits or all the business in his area. Anyways, Gracie says, "Oh, Miffix, do you want to do Gracie?" And then Treigh, you do Mordecai next. Okay, go.
Alright.
Why is that? She took up with you instead? Oh, of course you're gonna laugh. I know what I'm doing my very best.
Where's your gruff? Come on, you can do a go, be the Hulk. Yeah, there you go. Okay, go. Once again,
no, wimpy, hefty.
Yeah, I want you to do it again. Take 2, 3, 2, 1, go.
Why is that?
That's
she
good.
took up with you instead?
That's good.
No.
Oh, nice.
On second thought, not really like the cake eater type, are you? But you seem to know an awful lot about it.
I worked for him. Atlas. I worked closely with him.
So, what about him then? You think... Oh. You suspect the next obvious answer. The other big game in town. Is that it? And you're wondering if cleaning up the evidence for it... Wait. And you're wondering if you're cleaning up the evidence for it now. Oh, this is rich. Is that why you donned that marigold regalia? So you could spy on him?
Okay, pause. This is beautiful. You see, that just shows that the whole time when the reader's like, Mordecai, he's not one of them anymore. How dare he? How dare he work on the other side and be playing both sides? Actually, it's almost he's almost a clone of this guy right here, Grumbach, because he understands what it's like to be on both sides. You know, slightly different in the case of Gracie. He's worked with the authorities, the police, and also the bootlegging business. But Mordecai, he's been on both sides, but both sides of the competitors of the bootlegging business. But now, ultimately, it depends on one big thing that holds together the pieces. Loyalty in family is so important, and that's why, like, now when he mentioned about this,
this is rich. Is that why you donned that marigold regalia? So you could spy on them?
it's like, that means Mordecai was a marigold at heart still. Marigold? Lackadaisy bar at heart. You know, like that group. It's like, yes, that shows that he's been so loyal the whole time. He's been actually doing this. Okay, so anyways, that was a fun.
You can tell he's
I
not
mean,
loyal.
if I'm to add something,
Oh, please,
like-
you interrupt anytime because I want to hear
like
more of you guys
Mordecai,
talk.
obviously, as we know, really, he would do anything for Atlas. So I figured that if Mordecai is so loyal to Atlas, I figured that he wouldn't really betray Lackadaisy, because if he betrayed Lackadaisy, then he betrays Atlas. That's like-
Exactly. Thank you for pointing that out. See, that's how deep it goes for this guy. So now we understand. At least there's a illumination of what his true intent is and his motivations as a character from the very beginning of the story. So now, like, I'm finally, yes. Now there's that purpose. I can follow up and I can root for this character. It's like, yay, do everything you can to find out who the killer is. And then the thing is, it raises another question. If he found the killer, do you think he'll let him go? Do you think he'll forgive him? Do you think
I don't think Mordecai is that kind of person, unfortunately.
chop with the axe. I don't know. What do you think, Mordecai? Would you forgive him? Or her? Who knows? There might be a her involved.
Yep.
Not a chance.
Yeah.
When I find them, they are going to go into the pigsty
Nice.
as the feed.
Nicely done. Very good. Miffix, I noticed that every time you do your voice, even though you have a very good microphone setup, it still pops. There's pops whenever you try to go very close. I don't know, but it should be all good now. Just, yeah. I'll just let
Is
you
this better?
Yeah, slightly better. Yes.
I think I just need to give it a little bit more room. I'm trying to follow the advice of, like, basically be on top of the mic, but I'm too enthusiastic.
Gotcha. Aw. Also, hello, James Bolton. Good to see you. Cinnamon bun character who cares deeply about everyone. Aw. Cinnamon bun character. I've never heard that terminology before. That the way you phrase that. Okay. So, and I look at the color transition, man. Like the moment he brings up Marigold, it's like, look at the marigolds. By the way, for those who do not know, I've said this at times, but when I was a little kid, when I started gardening, I grew 2 plants. My first 2 plants, right, were snapdragons and marigolds. I'll never forget it. Marigolds are one of my favorite flowers, and I'm so glad that the artistic detail and how she does. This is the honeycomb variety, by the way. So it's not like see, there's so many different varieties and mixes, but this is the honeycomb variety, and it's so beautiful.
I'm so tickled you know that.
Aww. Yeah, see? Hey, man, it's like, you think I'm just old buffing, man. All about man. I'm a man. Hey, I got the feminine side. No, so yeah. And I love the smell of marigolds too. It's a very, very unique smell. Now, haha, look how it's interesting. It's almost like a turn of events here. Like now, Gracie has the upper hand psychologically. He can find a way to negotiate and perhaps weasel his way out of a very dire situation. Because his life is in the line. He could have been tortured and killed right away. But maybe he can strike a deal to spare his life. So let's continue. Okay, we'll finish it off. Actually, Rory, can you do? We'll do it from the top, okay?
Why is that?
Okay.
She took up with you instead?
No.
Oh, on second thought, not really the cake eater type, are you?
You know, when I read cake eater, I kind of get what it meant from a Prohibition era stance. It's like, you know, you're not into the ladies, are you? That kind of thing.
Huh?
Yeah, it is.
No.
I kind of read it.
I figured that it just meant wedding cake.
No, not
No,
wedding cake.
no.
No. And
You
Mordecai's
gotta think about.
Oh,
No,
what are you gonna
go.
say, Treigh? What are you gonna say, Treigh?
I was gonna say like the cake eater, like thing. Like cake is obviously fancy.
But
Well,
sweet.
She's a fancy woman.
Yeah.
So
See, that's what I meant, and I double checked the terminology. It's like, if you're into your girl as well. Well, let's put it this way: in Lackadaisy terms, he's not a Joey. Joey's my favorite character. Don't kill him. But Joey, he's. Remember when you were in Rudimentary? Well, I think that was the name of the title of that comic, and he was explaining, don't you love the curvatures of da 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 da? And like Mordecai was like confused. It's like, wait. What are you talking about? Are you into your mathematics and architecture? Oh, but Joey was describing about girls, and then Mordecai was talking about attention to detail.
Mathematical figures.
Mathematical figures, that's the one. Geometry, that was the title of that comic strip. It was beautiful. See, man? Comics that are done so well, you remember it, man. I have not read it. You guys have not read it for a long time either, but I still remember the title. It's just crazy. So, okay.
On second thought, not really the cake eater type, are you? But you seem to know an awful lot about it.
I worked for him. Atlas. I worked closely with him.
So, what about him then? You think... oh, you suspect the next obvious answer. The other big game in town, is that it? You're wondering if you're cleaning up the evidence for it now? This is rich. Is that why you donned the marigold regalia? So you could spy on them? Boy, you should have kidnapped Freed instead. Freed?
Wonder why. So if he kept that free, maybe he could have given him more information about what he's looking for. Anyways, continue.
Marigold and Lackadaisy coexisted peaceably for years. There was no overt reason to suspect. But my boss, my new boss, has intimated that he knows what happened to Atlas.
Ooh.
Which should be impossible. It was a private affair, I thought.
Well. I'm not in on that conspiracy. But I can help you. Let me go. I'll meet up with my agent contact. I'll tell him I have information it was Marigold that murdered Atlas May. Give me a name. Whatever you want. I'll tell him. Then I'll disappear like the dead.
So, what does this all imply? Okay, maybe I got it wrong. So does does Gracie know information on who killed Atlas May, or he knows other people within his network that can give him the answer? He'll just lead him to it.
I think he's honestly flubbing to get out of this.
You reckon?
yeah, I thought that was a possibility.
That is a possibility. Yeah, he's just
He's
faking.
scrambling, man.
That is a possibility. However, would that serve the story? If he's lying and
Not
this is a dead
really.
end, would
Yeah.
that actually be interesting?
Exactly. There's no
Oh,
payoff.
you-
There's.
Right, but at the same
Or-
time,
Well, unless you're Ryan Johnson, and then subversion is the name of the game.
Or I had a thought. Maybe he's gonna do this, and then in the future he'll double cross him. Like
Okay, that's a
he'll
possibility.
tell him the information,
Hmm.
and then later on he'll double cross him in some manner of way.
you know,
Well,
I feel like Mordecai is being far too personal with this guy to let him live. In a way.
Ooh, okay. Oh, by the way, bye, Garrett. Thanks for joining in. Super fan. Okay, so I didn't see it that way. I was so invested into this. Wow, that means if I was in Mordecai's position, I would have been killed potentially because like I trusted him too much on this information. Like I feel like it's a matter of honor. You know how you honor a deal? A deal's a deal, that kind of thing. But sometimes, as you and Miffix and Treigh made a good point, you could be backstabbed for this, and you'll be foolish for that. But I feel like this is a good. To me, it's enough motivation for me to just want to get closer to the truth of finding out who exactly killed Atlas May. Funny, doesn't that raise another question? You know, you guys know how close he is to Mitzi, right? Like, well, as a professional. So, actually, do you think they're pretty close at a personal level, like, you know, friend kind of social level? Do you think, or maybe not?
I feel like it's more like a
Professional.
warden guard sort of thing, where
Okay.
like he looked out for her as a personal debt to Atlas.
But you see, this raises another. The reason why I say that is like, okay, so wouldn't if Mitzi May knew the truth of who killed the Atlas May, then Mordecai would have gotten the answer if she told him truthfully. But maybe this already answers the question. Mitzi May does not know who killed Atlas May as well, because of the fact that Mordecai is doing everything he can to investigate his mission, basically. And then so, yeah, I found that really interesting. It's like, oh, okay, if she knew, then that means she wasn't the killer. Then she wasn't the killer. They don't like. I'm thinking back to that scene, that Actually, I'll find it. That scene where there was that exchange of guns. It's such a crucial scene, man. I was like, whoa, who killed it? That means the two of them didn't know who killed Atlas May. So that maybe they're bearing all the weight. They're getting blamed for this and all that stuff. Like, oh, Marigold's losing business because there was rumors that Mitzi May was being a greedy bitch, wanted to get all his fortune and kill the one who ran the show. But then, like, that's why people we don't want to go to Lackadaisy anymore because of this crazy rumor. Can you see how clever this strategy is? That if Marigold was the one who initiated, it's very clever. He brought down the business, but now between the two of them, Mitzi May and Mordecai, they're the ones who like know the truth, but they need to figure out who it was, and they have to play it very carefully to solve the matter. Wow, this is like, it's like a mafia story. Do you think it's a mafia story? Do you think?
I like to think it is because it has that style. I mean, hell, it even has the Tommy gun, and any mafia has a Tommy gun.
Uh-huh.
It's very much an old style gangster story. So yeah, mafia would kind of fall into the purview.
Absolutely. Okay. Come on, where's that scene? I gotta find the scene where she's showing the gun to... Oh, man. But I mean, that's pretty much it. We came to the end of this, because let's see how long we've been online for. Can somebody...
It's nearly 69 minutes.
70 minutes, so 120. Okay, close to 1.5 hours. That's good timing. Good timing. So...
That's about what you said you wanted to do.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to share any, like, last thoughts about where you want to see this comic, or do you have any theories you want to see? Like, how do you... Okay, let's raise a question. How do you want to see Lackadaisy end? How do you want to see it end?
I want to see this end with everybody making up and producing a better Cats movie than we actually got.
Don't mention about cats.
I had a
agree with that,
feeling.
son.
I had a feeling that was coming, Rory. I had a
It had to come at some point.
Oh my god. Oh, here's the handsome bugger. Here's the Dom Drago. The lawyer who visited Zib. Neither, but you flatter me. I'm just sharing office space with the best and brightest over there. Damn, I don't remember who was the guy who voiced this character. He did an amazing job. I love the accent that he used. It was a very, not Brooklyn accent. Oh, Tennessee accent. I don't know, like some unique localization of a East Coast kind of vocal. But he voiced back in the days when I was doing Sonic comic dramas. He voiced Scourge the Hedgehog, which is the green hedgehog. Oh my god, it's crazy. Very different voice compared to like, oh yeah, very fine gentleman thingy. So I'm trying to find the bit where there was the exchange of information. Come on. Oh, okay, and Treigh or Miffix, what are your thoughts? Where do you want to see, how do you want to see Lackadaisy end? Aha, here's the infamous one. Everyone
Let me
dies.
see. Oh, everyone just died.
Everyone.
I just want to see the big happy mob family
Oh.
living happily ever after, with Rocky being the fun one with Freckle, Zeb playing some sweet jazz, Izzy just being adorable,
Freckle and Ivy getting married. Yay!
oh god.
Oh, that's so adorable. Oh, no.
Not if I have anything to say about it, you young whippersnapper!
Oh yes.
And I want to see Mordecai and crap, I forgot the Russian's name.
Oh,
forgive
Victor.
me.
Victor.
Victor. I want to see Mordecai and Victor have a nice drink with each other.
Oh, you're just making it too easy. That's like, come on. Everyone dies. The business failed. Marigold wins. No.
Damn it. That's such a crappy ending.
I know what
though.
you mean. I know. I wonder if Tracy's willing to kill off her own main cast. You know, that's really interesting. I mean, they had near-death experiences, but it's very hard for a creator to kill off their own characters, even though it can leave for a very memorable story, you know, because it takes a lot of guts to kill off a very well-known character, you know. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, Tracy's gonna have guts if she dares kill off Rocky or Freckle.
Oh man.
You know, initially. Oh yeah. Sorry. Rory.
Honestly, I could see that happening for like half of her cast. Some of them, I could see people willing to see die, but you can tell that there are some fan favorites that there would be a riot in the streets if they were to get axed off.
Mm.
And I bet your freaking tail that freaking Rocky, everyone would be rioting and once Rocky dies.
I always seen Rocky and Mordecai being the like top fan favorites. I'm just looking at that page right now. See that rain scene where Mordecai is the one who's handing the gun, or did she hand the gun? Like
That was kind of the ambiguous nature of that scene, because it's just a single panel.
Yeah.
It could be going either way.
Yes, that's right. But I think maybe they found the evidence. Now that we've got more information about what's happening, they found out the evidence of... this is the murder weapon. Assuming that they did witness the guy or girl shoot and then drop the gun. Because it could be just a fake gun, like somebody else's gun. They just drop it there to fake it. And there's no DNA evidence back in the day, so they have to go with their gut instinct and what they see and police reports to piece together the puzzle of who was responsible for the death of that individual. But maybe they got the murder weapon and then I'm gonna assume with the new information, Mitzi May says, hey, I got the murder weapon. I know you're smart enough and articulate to find out who the killer is, find out who owns this gun, kill the motherfucker. That's how I see it now. It's very different. It's like, wow. And then that's why Mordecai's like, whoa. Like, Look at his expressions, like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, he'll be like,
Man, whoever the killer is shouldn't have left the gun. That is such a dumb mistake.
you know what? There's another possibility. Atlas suicide. No, why would he kill himself?
If Alice suicide, that would be quite the twist.
That would be
quite the twist.
That would be so stupid. It's like, why did he kill
It would be
himself?
very unsatisfying to a lot of readers.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, Oh, could you imagine? Rocky was the one that killed Atlas, mate. Oh,
Rocky killed Atlas. Oh my god.
'Cause he's-
It was a fit of jealous rage. We already know. Sweet on Miss May.
Like all this time, I was acting as if I was like a recluse, but deep down, I was just doing it to. Actually, no, he would have killed them all then. Like, what's the point? Or maybe he's that is it diabolical or psycho that he's like, I want to see you guys suffer bit by
No.
bit.
I see Rocky as a chaotic good.
Yeah, he's a chaotic good, but like, you know what? I initially loved like Mordecai and Rocky, right? And like, I have so much love. And eventually, when I saw like some comments, people saying, "Oh, Rocky, like, what are you doing to your cousin, your dear cousin?" I was like, "What do you mean?" And when I started looking deeper into this, it's like, and his past and his behavior, the pattern of behavior, and his influence, I was like, oh, I see why they don't quite like Rocky because of his bad influence and how it could lead. Like, it made me feel like I don't like you anymore, Rocky. You're making Freckle turn into a bad person. I was like, no, don't. He's
It's
such
like
a pure innocent
That's
kid.
just a life of crime.
it's
Yeah.
like that episode on the Batman where the Joker gets the sidekick.
Oh, a
ever
protege.
watch
See,
that?
it's like Rocky's protege. Like, so like, why does? No, it's because of the childhood.
Man,
chicks.
having Rocky as a mentor would be the most terrifying thing ever.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But I love the randomness and like how things quite just work out. You know, like look at this insane. Like he let. I'm looking at this page now. Oh, sorry, this one. The page where they were outside in the rain. They have the pie truck. They were to make a delivery. Fish and Wes. I was gonna say Weasel. Snuffed them out. It's like, okay, we know what's going on. It's like, come on, open up. There must be somebody in there. But where did Rocky come up with these ideas? Like, it's like he's on the top. He's gonna shoot you. It's like, it's almost as if he deliberately did that to a point where don't kill him just yet. Like, let's have a bit of fun with him first, and that's why he crashed him at the end. It was so he's a good improviser. He's somebody who improvises how to get the job done. Remember, like for example, when he went to the farm with Freckle in the beginning with the pig farmers, he just let's improvise. Let's cause hell and use the liquor and fire and burn the freaking barn down. I remember that. Oh, look at this classic. See, this is a reminder of his madness. The madness to his regime. Look right at the end. And then I was like, well,
Get the rest of it out, buddy.
that'll have to do. We'll have a communique to deliver. Now, how to render you presentable so we can slip back unassuming like into civilized society. And then plop. Aces. Smoking. Aces. So cute. Oh, poor Freckle. Like, I feel for him
So-
now. Oh, yeah?
It was this couple of pages where I basically came back to Lackadaisy after like a long spell. And my first thought was like, what part of Tracy's soul did she sell to start getting this good?
I know,
Because
right?
you see like you see the reds in Rocky's eyes, like where they're just bloodshot, and
Bloodshot,
it was
mhm.
just absolutely like insane the leap it went from, you know, like having the first comic and be everything in sepia to everything's in full color. She has awesome balance in all of the scenes, like the orange and neon in the last couple of pages that we were looking at were used to awesome lighting effect.
The attention to detail is impeccable, man. Like, I'm just gonna throw some more pages here. Like, look at this. Just, you were talking about the lighting. Yeah, correct. It's so good. Oh, if we were to do the Lackadaisy project after Beastars, looks like I might have to cover this too. All right, love. Well, assuming your friends have managed to work a telephone, better wrap it up with the guile bones, or whatever you call it. Maybe whack it up Jenkins. And then like, Gin Rummy, oh, so cute. In which you don't draw this card more than one at a time. And then this is where Rory, well, you can't do the voice now. Ugh.
Hold on, let me try.
Oh.
How can one draw anything but a handful of pulpy mash from this waterlogged
You
heap?
haven't lost it. Okay, come on, continue on Miffix. Just cheating at card games?
Oh shoot! I'm getting the wrong page up.
It's right after, like, you're playing a game of poker? No, Ginny Rum? I don't. Oh, Gin Rummy. That's the game. We're gonna finish off soon.
Okay.
Yep.
The after the waterlogged heap.
Yep.
Yes.
Go.
Okay.
Go.
Tisk. Cheating at cards, hustling booze, preaching damnation. You sure are a contradiction.
To you, in your failure to understand anything.
Wow.
But of course, with the outlook of a child, you've confused temperance with temperance union blatherings. The idea that sectarian fine-tuning of the law represents rectitude, there's your contradiction. That the ravening ambitions of industrial titans and the motives of a snooping, spying government add up to moral reform. That resigned prostration to pantomime is upright. Self-sufficiency, independence of mind, action weighed with sober heart. These are the true agonizing virtue at play. But then you arrive, and it's not that you endanger everything functionally, but spiritually as well. Our greatest sin is illuminated. Not a contradiction, but the passing on of all this cursed heirloom to another generation that doesn't understand anything.
Wow. You haven't lost his voice. That's great, man. You switched from Lugosi to Mordecai to Abelard. Brilliant, man. Brilliant. What a pep talk. Bula bula. What the f is a bula bula?
You do that.
I don't get what the hell. Tracy, you're too smart for my, I'm trying to say something witty. Too smart for my brain. Anyways, too smart for me. So, okay. Now, forgive all the foreboding. The family business is hard won. Our rationalizations, rationalization, yeah, good, correct. Our rationalization.
Basically, everything that Abelard was saying beforehand, the way that they're able to say, no, we're not bad people.
It's like, no, we are. Our rationalizations even more so. We're protective of them. He's cranky? Wait, he's cranky.
He's cranky.
He's cranky, he'll have to reckon with himself again. We must appreciate history repeats, not just in great arcs of time, but in little maddening spirals too. My tact, Russian tact on that, though. More grand moms. Wow, there's so many terminology is crazy. My tact on that, though. More grandmom's calendar prose that tortured screed. What the fuck does
I think
that mean?
in other words, it's kind of more like, while Abelard likes to justify everything that he's doing with those long-winded, speechy, preaching ramblings,
Gotcha.
he prefers very simple, basic, and to the point, like what you would find on a grandmother's calendar phrase of the day.
Wow. Okay, because my English no good, I'll speak Chinese now. It's at least
But
partly
Taiwan
why,
number one.
Taiwan number one. It's at least partly why these poor farm folk keep me around. We are fine, and you'll be fine. Okay, but yeah, in a case of a pinch, since you're already acquainted.
What? One more foreboding for the road?
No, just, keep your head and try to never use that again. Ever again.
I
sorry,
mean,
the gun. You know that song? Oh my, how does it go again? Who shot the gun?
no.
No, it's freaking, that jazz. Shit, what is that name of that musical again? Oh my gosh. How could, Chicago. Thank you very much. Who got
I only
the
know
gun,
one
the gun,
song.
the gun? Which one?
He had it coming.
That's the one. He had a gun, the gun at the end. Anyways, The gun? I mean, not the head. Keep using the head.
Right. Yep.
Ready?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, now's the part where you drive away.
Yep. Here I go. I'm going.
Start the engine first.
I'm picturing Della Duck in this. Why am I picturing Della Duck?
Della Duck. Okay, what? I guess to close this, I want to go to the next page. Look at the beautiful. Okay, see, again, I know the past month. Remember Rory and Miffix? I told you about. We had that little tutorial about how I was teaching you about color contrasts and color complements and how you can use that to accentuate the illustration. Guess what are the dominant colors? Don't forget about mute colors. What is the dominating? Why is there such high contrast? What are the two complements here? Do you reckon?
Okay, I identify them. Does anybody want to give it a go though?
Yeah. Who wants to give it a go? Come on. It's very easy. Very easy. Color complements. You only got
Miffix?
three choices.
I was hunting for the page and then I looked at the live stream. I'm like, oh, okay, I know which one we're on now.
Unfortunately,
I'm seeing a lot of orange and
Good.
blue again.
Yes. Now, and what was your answer, Rory?
I'm seeing reds and greens.
Yes. See, this is a tricky one. She's gone in between blues and oranges and reds and greens. So I think, well, it's like to me it looks orange, red, orange, and cyan green. Like more the cool color there. Like it's so beautiful. It's in him, his fur color, as well as the liquor, the poison. When I first read this, I was like, oh, he's just pouring another.
And also, don't forget the letters.
Yeah, the letters too.
The letters also contain that same contrast.
Okay, see, everything's designed with purpose, man. There's a purpose in every aspect of the design. And I'm sorry, this is one of the saddest. It's so sad. It was like, Victor, I feel for you, man. Okay, I know. It's almost like as if he lost hope. He lost despite he wants to kill himself because it's like, oh my gosh, I broke my knees have been capped, or I got injury and I'm useless to Lackadaisy. Hey, maybe this will be the one last hoo-ha, like towards the conclusion. He'll find something that will motivate him to get back on his feet and to serve Lackadaisy for one last hoo-ha to get them back in business. And then yeah, I think that's how I see his role. Like, you know how he was like action pumped with the shotgun and using fisticuffs, and he's trained in the war. But it's almost like survivor's guilt. He's also like war vet, PTSD situation with the gang. Like, oh, you know what? If I can't do anything else, what more can I contribute in life? And that's why he's reading the letters to kind of like maybe find a way to say, hey, maybe life is not too... I shouldn't end my life too quickly. Life is so much more. So that's why he's looking through those letters, and it's like looking at that picture of the person who means a lot to him. I'm assuming that's the wife. Sorry, V Vasco, like, or maybe a secret crush in the past during the wartime. Oh, I mean, you're gonna say Miffix?
Well, if you look on the letters, it says dear. It looks like it says dear father.
Oh, then it's the daughter. Yeah. Remember remember when thank you very much for reminding me about that. Ivy said like when she like talked to Elsa and she coughed like what? He had a daughter? Like what? And then Elsa was like, what? You didn't know he had a daughter? And then that's when they went into a monologue, a long story about how the daughter never. I don't know. This is where. Yeah, actually, you made a good point. So these are the okay. If you had kids or family, see that comes back to the circle of like the theme of the theme of family in the story, like family matters, and the only thing that keeps him going is, well, in this case, the daughter. Well, I mean, if he lost his will, if he lost his ability to contribute back to his current family, which was the Lackadaisy, the previous one. And now that it's going to shit, it's like, you know what? Who else can I turn to? Oh, my daughter. And then that's why, wait, he drank it, right? I think he didn't want to drink the whole lot. Did he drink the whole lot? No, actually he did. Look at the
Well,
glass.
he would have had the whole thing there because we see. Well, yeah.
Partial.
For the angle of the glass and the amount of liquid that was in there, he at the very least drank a good amount of it.
Oh, so that means he was very willing and committed to already suicide. But then he's like, shuff. And then you see how like the letter of his daughter fell down. It's like, oh no, wham! And this is so beautiful because like it's so symbolic. You're diving into hell now. You're walking down the steps of hell or oblivion. Can you see when he sees the darkness? It's like, where's his ray of hope? The photo was the ray of hope, and then he took a few steps, and then when he went, like my knee. It's just a stark reminder of the reality of his situation. Maybe I should go to hell. Like, it's pointless. And see, when he fell down, dunk, dunk, dunk. And you guys might know this, but I've been to a lot of like old folks' homes. I heard a lot of stories of family and parents who like fell down and injured their hips, making them not mobile anymore, making them depressed, which leads to like, suicide and all that stuff. So I can see the connection here with this big, strong character, very spirited, but now his spirit is crushed, and this is how I see it. But then you know what? What's beautiful? Okay, look at that panel where he's like, he's in a fetal position, his head down with his face like, don't see me cry, or like I don't want anyone to see me now at a point of vulnerability because I'm too embarrassed, I'm too ashamed. And then guess what? From the depths of hell, even though the photo was lost, his only silver lining, his light, guess where his silver lining came from? Elsa. Yep. Ring, ring. And it's like, and look at that last panel. Elsa. I can't do his voice. Only Micah can do it. But yeah. I want to cry. Elsa.
I need your help.
It's so beautiful, man. Okay, anyways, so that's it. We're gonna end this live stream of Lackadaisy, and this was just an opportunity to get together with my friends. I want to break away from working on Edenspell, even though I did promise to, for the next 2 days, to finish one more page of the Carmine short story. And folks, for those who are watching, I will be working on the Beastars anime and an English fan adaptation next week of episode 2. So I'm really excited on both fronts of doing my creative projects. But yeah, this was a really nice break, and I'm so glad that I've got inspired to I want to express myself by saying thank you, Tracy, for creating such amazing comics and such brilliant storytelling. It really moves the soul, and I'm glad that you, my friends here, are able to articulate this and share the fun, joy, and also just, be a part of it. So, guys, do you have any last words you want to say before we say goodbye to everyone? Okay, who wants to go first? Actually, Rory, you go last. Miffix or Treigh?
You go first, Miffix.
Okay.
Oh, God,
Well.
Miffix. Well,
all I can say is I am really excited that we got a chance to enjoy some Tracy Butler together. Everyone who came and the 4 of us working on this as well. But like, she's been one of my longtime heroes, and I am still rooting for her even more as she continues on this. She is a blessing to the art community with what she does.
oh, that's so beautiful. I'm so glad that was recorded. So, yeah, Tracy, that was for you from Miffix. So, yes, thank you very much.
Much love from our house to yours.
Oh, okay. Did I tell you the story that I caught up with Tracy at the convention last year?
I believe so.
But I don't think Miffix has heard it. Miffix has not heard
Did you,
it.
Miffix?
I do not remember. I feel like, oh no, wait, you were talking, wasn't it on a panel she mentioned you?
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was like, I mean, that's
nah.
hair raising. That's awesome.
I did not expect that. That was like, yeah. So that day, if you didn't see, I was like, oh my god, thank you. I was like, oh, go check out this guy, and like, he's working on Edenspell,
so
and it's
cool.
like doing good. I was like, no, oh, so nice. And I was at the time where I was recording for our affiliates, Dreamkeepers, our good friends from, Dave and Lily, good friends of both the artists and all that stuff, and they were winning the awards for the Ursa Awards for like this book, The Wayward Astronomer, won an award for the novel. It's an affiliation with Dreamkeepers. But I mean, yeah, I was.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was recording that. I do believe Lackadaisy also won an award. I do believe for long-running webcomic. So she was a guest of honor. So brilliant stuff. And yeah, that was. Thank you so much, Tracy, for taking the opportunity to spend time with me, and also, yeah, just it was a great time, and also for that shout out. Ooh, I'm like gushing. Ooh. Anyways, so thanks Miffix for sharing your thoughts to Tracy, and also Treigh, what's your thoughts?
My final thoughts on today is it has always been a very lovely treat to see another page from Tracy. I treat it as like a very rare substance, like let's just say a very rare fruit. And every time she posts a page, I treat it as a very fair fruit, and I don't take it for granted. It is a very lovely thing. That's like, and I just honestly cannot wait for the next page.
Excellent.
She has me so hooked. I just can't help it.
Yep. And that's
kind of like a golden apple.
Yep, like a golden apple. Thank you.
That's a sign of a very, very good story. You know, like somebody who tells great stories and can come up with a product in a timely manner too. And look, that I just posted the art. That was what was used because the Fur DU, which is Furry Down Under, commissioned her as guest of honor. Usually, guest of honors will be the ones who do the catalog artwork, and that's, oh my god. When I saw this, I was like, yep, that's Tracy's work. But I've never seen Australian animals done in a style before. There's koalas, there's kangaroos, there's a dingo. Oh my god, look at that Joey. Oh, so cool, man. It was so nice. But anyways, Mordecai, what would you like to say to Tracy? Good defense.
Draw more kangaroos. That was absolutely adorable.
I would say that, like everybody else here, I am in awe of your artwork. It is absolutely inspirational. The amount of time that it takes to do each page, the effort clearly shows in each panel for every character, every color choice. Everything is meticulously crafted and looked over. And on top of that, it's an intriguing story with fun characters. So you have the best of both worlds on that. It makes the updates well worth the wait for whenever they come out. I wish you the best and hope that you're able to keep on going and that 2020 is a great year for you.
Yeah, brilliantly said. Yay. I got, wow, you guys took out all the words that I wish to say, but I think I've been talking enough already. I just feel like, yeah, I wish Tracy all the best of luck. It's been a privilege to have known you and also have witnessed, being a part of like just experiencing your storytelling, the way you articulate character developments, the way you do your visual artistry to embrace us into a world that was not seen before, but familiar at the same time. So I'm very intrigued about the future of Lackadaisy, and we can't wait to see how it ends, because you did mention one time you were gonna end the series soon, or like soonish. But one other thing, I hope that once I finish the B-Star stuff, which is by end of July, August, September, if I have enough time, during the remaining months of the year. Probably after the trip when I catch up with Rory and friends in the United States. I will try my best to finish up on the Lackadaisy project that I didn't finish in 2018. That'll be very interesting. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much to my special guests once again, to Miffix, Treigh, and Rory. And also to the people who have been watching with us. Thank you so much. Actually, I'll just quickly say. James, Victoria, Brendan, Dion, Esbet, yeah, and everyone else. Thank you so much. And Garrett earlier on. So please take care. Support Tracy on her Patreon. And we wish you farewell. Bye, everybody. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Everyone. Have a nice and beautiful day.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.